Hi, History Through Film. This is Miss Corey. Welcome to U1 Intro to Gladiator. All right, so you're going to watch this video and then answer the questions that pop up. The questions I ask you today that I want you to answer directly on the Ed puzzle will be in blue text. So learning goal students will be able to identify the main characters and important terms in the movie Gladiator before watching the movie. And I'll keep it as spoil-free as I possibly can. So, important to note, like I noted before we watched the Coliseum documentary clips, I highly encourage you to take notes on the movie Gladiator. In the summative, I will be asking you to compare and contrast the movie to the Coliseum documentaries and the Unit 1 Week 1 assignments. So I'm not gonna grade you on what notes you take down and stuff like that, but it might be good to jot down important scenes or something that really stuck with you. Just have a little sticky note or a little notebook on the side and jot some stuff down. Okay, so I teach world history and my degree is in ancient history. So I hold this class to a fairly high standard of quality and information. So I will be very picky on what information you choose to include on your summative. If you choose information that seems to be not from what we talked about in class, so other internet sources, including I will not hesitate to question you and or deduct points or even give you a 0. So, I guess at the end of the day, my moral of the story is pay attention to the videos and lessons, or else you may find yourself failing history through film, which would be very concerning. Okay, so do you have any questions about what I just said? And if you don't, that's a-okay. You can just type none. Okay, so let's talk about characters and important terms in Gladiator. So I'll talk a lot about comparing and contrasting if a character actually was a real person, in real life. So if you see me say IRL, that just stands for in real life. All right, so the first thing we need to look at is a map of the Roman Empire. So this is at its very height in 200 CE. You'll see up here with the Britain, and it goes down through Spain, over into North Africa, down into Egypt, parts of the Middle East, including Jerusalem, up here towards the Black Sea, even going north of the Black Sea, and then around here through the Greece and parts of other Europe. And that is the Roman Empire at its extent. So first, we got to talk about Maximus. So Maximus is the main character in the movie Gladiator. That's Maximus is right there. He's played by Russell Crowe. So this is Russell Crowe in 2000. This is a more recent picture of Russell Crowe. So he is a fictionalized character. He did not actually exist in real life. So remember, fictional means fake. He did not exist. Roman citizen. He was a Roman citizen who is from Spain. That is why he's called the Spaniard in the movie. He was also a Roman general who has his army in Germania, which I'll show you a map of Germania in a little bit. He has a farm in Spain with his wife and son, and he is very loyal to Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Again, he is a fictional character. All right, then we have Commodus, who is this guy right here. He is played by Joaquin Phoenix, who this is a picture of him in 2000. Here's a more recent picture of him. So Commodus in the movie Gladiator is slightly based on the real Roman Emperor Commodus. So as we watch in Coliseum Commodus documentary, which is about the real Commodus. So he is indeed the son of Emperor Marcus Aurelius. You'll see that both in real life and in the movie. He's also the brother to Lucia. You'll see that both in real life and in the movie. So in real life, Commodus and Marcus Aurelius were actually co-emperors. So they're emperors at the same time. They kind of shared power. But in the movie Gladiator, it's kind of the opposite. Commodus doesn't become emperor until Marcus Aurelius dies. Then we have Marcus Aurelius, who is this dude right here. So he's kind of based on the real life Emperor Marcus Aurelius. So in both the movie and in real life, Marcus Aurelius is very thoughtful and very philosophical. Oh, that's a hard word to say. He did have 2 kids in real life, again, Commodus and Lucia. In Gladiator, Marcus loves Maximus like a son, which of course is fictionalized because Maximus isn't a real character, in history. Then we have Lucia. So she is slightly based on the real life Lucia, who's again the daughter of Marcus Aurelius and the sister to Commodus. In Coliseum Commodus, we see that Commodus murders Lucia in real life. I won't spoil what happens in the movie, don't worry. But in the movie, Lycia has a son named Lucius Verus, and she is also portrayed as the former lover of Maximus, which, of course, is fictionalized because Maximus is a fictional character. All right, then we have Lucius Verus, who is this kid right here. Now, he's a really, really kind of tricky character to compare in real life and fictionalized. He's 99% fictional. So, in real life, there actually was Lucia's son, who is named Lucius Verus. He is named after Lucia's husband of the same name. So, if you ever Google Lucius Verus, it will take you to the actual father slash Lucia's husband instead of the son. In real life, the son actually died at a very young age. So, both in real life and in the movie, Lucius is the son of Lucia and the nephew of Commodus, and he's about 8 years old in the movie. Then we have Proximo. So he's also a fictional character, so he was never real. He was a slave trader who buys enslaved people to become gladiators. He is very wealthy, and his slave trading business is based in North Africa. We also have Juba. He is a fictional character. He is from Numidia, which is in North Africa. He's captured from his home and enslaved, and he becomes very close friends with Maximus. We also have Senator Gracchus. He is a fictional character. There were actually two in real life Roman senators named Gracchus, but in the movie, the Gracchus that we see is not based off of any of the in real life senators. So in the movie, you'll see he's a Roman senator. He opposes Emperor Commodus, and he's also a close ally to Lycia and Maximus. Now we have Cicero. He is also a fictionalized character. He is one of Maximus's loyal soldiers and an ally to Maximus. We also have Cassius. So he's a fictional character. You can identify him because he has crazy eyebrows. He's a wealthy Roman, and he is the announcer slash host of the Colosseum Games. And then Quintus. So he is slightly based off of the in real life Quintus Aemilius Latius. So in both in real life and in the movie, Quintus is the leader of the Emperor Commodus's personal guards. He's very loyal to Emperor Commodus. And then Hagen. So he is also a fictionalized character. He's a gladiator in service to Proximo. He was a prisoner of war from Germania, which I will show you a map of that in just a minute. And he becomes allies with Maximus. All right, so now let's take a look at some important terms. And all these terms that I'm going to talk about next are going to be in real life terms. Like, they're not fictionalized for the movie. So Germania, that's a good term. It is just right north of the Roman Empire. It does include part of what is modern day Germany as well, but it extends beyond that. Caesar. So that is the last name of Julius Caesar, who was the founder of the Roman Empire. Thereafter, Roman emperors would be called the title Caesar as a sign of respect. SPQR. So that's the abbreviation for Senatus Publius, Populusque, I don't know Latin, Romanus, which means the Senate and the people of Rome. It is really the motto slash slogan for the Roman Empire, and you will see it everywhere. And then the rudis. So we talked about this in the Colosseum, the gladiators. So that's the wooden staff that an emperor would give to a gladiator. It meant that a gladiator was then to be a freed man. In the movie, it's not a staff, it's actually a wooden sword, but in real life, it would be a staff. And then crucifixion. So this is most commonly associated with the Christian faith, but in the Roman Empire, it was a super duper popular style of killing people, be it like prisoner of wars or criminals, even if they're Christian or not. This was just a very popular way to put people to death. Then the Punic Wars. So in the movie, one of the Colosseum gladiator battles is a reenactment of the Punic Wars. It's not really critical to the storyline itself, but if you are like a history nerd and you just want to know what the Punic Wars were, here's kind of the short and sweet of it. So it was a series of 3 wars between 264 to 146 BCE. It was between the Roman Republic and the Carthaginians, or the Punic Empire. And it was a very famous Carthage general named Hannibal. And this war resulted in the destruction of Carthage, which was the main capital, the enslavement of its population, and Roman absolute rule over the Western Mediterranean. So here's a map of what the Punic Wars look like. So again, as you can see, like Rome's right here, right? So Rome would end up fighting. Again, there was 3 wars. At the end, though, they captured Carthage, which was like the capital of the Punic Empire. And then they would go on to enslave its people. And then Rome would have total control of North Africa as well as parts of Spain. And then Zuccabar. So that's an ancient town located in North Africa. It was under Roman control. You can still go to that town today, actually. Today, the name of the town is Miliana, and it's in Algeria. So it's just about here on the map. All right, so let's wrap this up. Wow, that was a lot of info. What questions do you have before we start the Gladiator movie? And if you don't have any, that's okay. Just type none. All right, so today we'll learn about Maximus, Commodus, Marcus Aurelius, Lucia, Lucius Verus, the son, Proximo, Juba, Senator Gracchus, Cicero, Cassius, Quintus, Hagen, Germania, Caesar, SPQR, Brutus, Crucifixion, Punic Wars, and Zuccabar. Next up, you get to finally watch Gladiator. You're probably like, oh my gosh, I took this history through film class, and we have yet to actually watch a history movie. I know. But now you finally get to watch it. So you are going to do U1-L17, Gladiator 0 through 30. And then 18 is going to be 30 through 60, 19 is going to be 60 through 90, 20 is going to be 90 to 120, and then we'll finish it off with L21. Then you're going to do the Unit 1 Gladiator Rome Summative. If you have any questions, comments, or simply want to learn more, please let me know. Like, seriously, if you need help with the summative, please let me know. I am here to help you. All right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Bye.